welcome to another episode of Stamp Time with Miss Jane. Today I'm going to be putting together the Merriest of Moments stamp set and Merriest frames with a colour challenge of Crumb Cake, Mossy Meadow, Real Red and Gold. So let's get started. So I have for this a half of an A4 long ways piece of crumb cake, and I thought I might pop that through the Merry Melody 3D embossing folder. So I've got it opening this way so that I can pop in this the right way and then turn it that way and pop it through the Stamp Cut Emboss machine. Okay, and it is the right way. So that is going to be the base of our card. Okie dokie. And now I'm going to use, yes, that's the big piece, a piece of Very Vanilla. Okay, and I have the embossing folder from the Merriest Frames embossing folder, and the big openness die. Now, what I want to do, I'm going to get my crumb cake and I'm going to ink up the embossing folder. So I'm going to ink it on the Stampin' Up side. So ink that up as best we can. Okay, I think we have that okay. Now, this is going to be the tricky part. I'm going to try and do the frame and the cardstock together. So this frame actually will just clip itself in. I don't want to take away any of the ink that I've just laid down. That'll clip itself in, and I'm going to lay my piece of Very Vanilla on top. Close that up and whack that through the Stampin' Cut Emboss machine as well. Let's see how that's turned out. Ho, ho, ho. Oh, it gives it a nice vintagey feel, doesn't it? Oh, they're nice in those speckly bits. Now, I don't need this piece. You could repurpose it, but I'm not today. Now, this part, we're just going to wash that as soon as possible. And I'm just going to set this piece aside to dry. Oh, I like that. I really like that. The ink all in the creasy bits. So cool. Okay, pop that aside. Let's get our bits together. So we need to get Stampin'. Have my Stampin' Pierce mat because these are photopolymer stamps. And I might actually do my sentiment first. So I'm going to heat emboss this in gold. Use my embossing buddy, my Versamark ink pad, and I have Thinking of You This Festive Season. What a lovely sentiment. And I actually want to stamp this up the top. The bottom will be covered in my poinsettia and leafy bits. So doing our, pop some gold on that. A lot of gold on that. Okay. Make sure it's all covered. Give it a tap, tap, tap. That looks pretty good. And pop this embossing powder away. And lid on. We don't want to blow that everywhere. Okay. And get our heat tool started. Bring that in. And heating that up. Very good. So I have a nice gold on very vanilla. Isn't that pretty? That is your sentiment ready. Bringing in some basic white and going to stamp in real red. Going to do 2 of the biggest poinsettia flowers. 1 and 2. And while I have my real red open, I'm going to do my center piece, the middle of my card. It's going to have Season's Greetings, in the middle, and that's my real red stamping done. And then bringing in my leaves and my mossy meadow. And while I have this, I'm going to do, this is the same as I made in my Magenta Madness and black and white and silver card. I like this, just like that. And that is my inside of the card. It's ready. And I want 2 of these. Now see, I've got that on the edge. Just be very careful we don't get that everywhere. 1 and 2, just using up my space, and 2 of the big ones, and we'll have 1 and 2. Okay, that is my mossy meadow stamping done. So I can bring in my frames and set those up and pop those through. So I've got a big one. Oh, they're sticking together. I have a big one, and I have the big flower and this one. And while I'm at it, I do have a piece of the very used piece of the red velvet, and it is divine. And I'm going to cut out 2 of the small little poinsettias with that. Okay, let's run that through and bring that back. I have 2 small leaves, 2 large, and 2 big red poinsettias, and my 2 little ones, and I've popped them together and put some pearls in the center, so they are ready to go. Now I also did prep little holly berries and leaves, some holly, and for a bit of extra gold, 2 poinsettia bits, so they're nice and pretty and bright. So let's put this part together how we want it. Now, little trick, need to move those aside. Yes, sure. I want to turn this over. With the poinsettia, if I get my pick your tool, take your pick tool, and pop in my scoring stylus part. Now, if I take that and I rub in the center of this, can you see the leaves are popping up? Oh, that's a bit tricky. I'm going to do that with both of these so that we get them to sit up. So just massaging that in the center to get them to stick up. And then I'm actually going to take my bone folder and just curl out the flowers, the leaves of the petals. That's what they are, aren't they? They're petals. Curl them over, so it just gives them a bit of bit of dimension. Okay, now I can pop all those bits together. Just bringing this because I'm going to use some glue. My silicone mat, okay, for some gluey bits. So let's pop some glue in the center of that poinsettia and pop them together. Give it a little press. Actually, I'm going to also bring in my glue dots, and I'm going to put a glue dot on the back of the mini red velvet flowers. And there we go. And you can just move them around with your fingers to make a bit of movement. So there we have those. Then might add some mini dimensionals, mini glue dots to my goldy bits, because we calling them goldy bits, like Goldilocks. And I'm just going to add those to the back, and then build up these. So use some more glue. Whoa, or a lot of glue. Add some to the back, not to the front of that one too. Okay, so I'm going to add my little leaf to the back, coming out the side, and this one coming out this way. And then add a bit extra and pop those on the back of the poinsettia flower and behind the gold. So just building this up, and roughly there. Just press that down a bit. And there I have this bit and this bit ready. Okay, what is next, she says. What is next? Let's bring together the card. Okay, so I have the card base, and I can pop this inside. The inside, that's where we want it to be. We don't want it on the inside outside. So bit of dimension. I want to call everything dimensionals today, don't I? Tombow liquid glue. We can pop that on the inside. Have I cut that too big? Looks like I have. Oh no, that's where my crease is. For ooh wah, ooh wah, ooh wah. But no, I didn't. Okay, the outside of the card. Now I'm going to give it one good more. Okay, now let's bring in this piece that we created. Oh, I like that. Ooh, I like that, she says. Ooh, I like that. Now, I could dimensional that. Maybe I will. Let's dimensional that. I've been talking about dimensionals. And then, I might need a new packet. Okay. So, dimensional. Use some mini ones because I'm going to run out of big ones. So pop some in that down. Ooh, pretty. And see, that bit was getting covered up with that. So I feel like I want to put everything on dimensionals today, but I can't. I can't put everything on. Okay, so some more glue on that. And on. Put you in the middle. Thinking of you this festive season. Then we're going to have some berries, and they're definitely going up on the dimensionals. One on there. And that can go in our corner. Just pop that in the corner. I know what I forgot to do. Do-da, do-da. Have I got some time before this is fully glued down? Yes, I can do this. So I wanted to put a bit of gold across the center. A little bit of the gold glimmer ribbon. So I can do that. I can do it. Lucky I remembered before. I'll pop a bit of tear and tape behind there. Pop that down somewhere in the middle. And then re-glue. Whoops a daisy. A bit more, oh, or a lot up there. Let's pop that through. Ha 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 ha. We saved it. Just saved it. And then for the main event, all the pretty bits, we're going to add some more dimensionals on the back of here. Try and add them. Okay. And pop that down the bottom. I am loving this look, and I've just covered half of it up with this. And then we just fluff up our petals and our goldy bits and our leaves that aren't stuck fully down. Oh ho ho, and there we have it. The beautiful Merriest Moments bundle used in Real Red and Mossy Meadow and Crumb Cake and Gold with a bit of Very Vanilla. So thanks for spending some time with Miss Jane today. If you'd like to have a go at this, I will list all of the products in the description. And until next time, keep smiling, keep stamping.